Hi, my name's Rick Hunter. My company is Hunter Cycles. I'm based out of Santa Cruz County, California. My shop's up in the hills a little ways out of town. Been doing this about 20 years now, building mostly mountain bikes and cyclocross bikes. Over the years, I've enjoyed building all sorts of different types of bikes, anywhere from road bikes to cargo bikes. Any sort of custom bike that people want to ride, I'll build for them. I first started building mainly because I was tall enough where I needed a custom frame, so it ended up being cheaper for me to build my own bike than to keep ordering custom bikes. I went through trade school as a machinist after high school and basically just taught myself bicycle frame building. But otherwise, I've been pretty much self-employed since then with some odd jobs at bike shops and different bike companies. Pretty much put everything I have into the shop over the years, mainly because I still love riding bikes. And recently, up here in the woods, I have a yard big enough where I live to build a little pump track, and that keeps me in shape, and it's actually fun to design the track and put some effort into building it. I build all sorts of bikes, but generally I like to build bikes that are just clean and simple, just straight lines, nice and light. A bike that someone really wants to ride. That's the most important part for me, is when the customer is really digging the bike and is happy with it at the end. When I ride, I definitely think about the bikes that I'm building. So that's a big part of my design process, is actually riding the bikes and finding little things here and there that I can tweak and modify, or just make the experience for my customers a little better. I like to think of myself as like a frame builder for the riders, or a riding frame builder, where I definitely still like to ride my bike a lot and try and be as fit and as competitive as possible without getting too serious about it and still maintaining a sense of humor. Over the years, I've always been into mountain bike racing. I started racing when I was a kid, and endurance was always a big part of that for me, and it always came pretty easily for me. And what I really like to do is multi-day tours, backpacking style on bikes with my buddies, and just going out to the middle of nowhere and riding around and finding new stuff, finding new trails, being places you've never been before and on roads you've never been before. It's great that I can be part of the project, where I can still do what I love to do as far as building a bike and contribute to a charity that otherwise I would not be able to contribute to in such a way. I picked Red Cross, American Red Cross, mainly because I think they help with the most basic human needs at the worst possible times. I think that's the most important part of a charity that I want to contribute to. It's cool that someone can spend just a few bucks on some raffle tickets and end up with a pretty incredible bike, which would go to a good cause. Even if they don't win the raffle, I never win raffles, but their contribution is still going to a great charity and will help someone out in this world.